Whoops, there we go. Okay, let's come to a comfortable seat for just a moment. We're not going to be here for a super long time because we're going to get moving from a standing position in a bit, but we'll take a moment to find that pause, that check-in time. So move your sitting bones and rest your hands down. Give a little press, lengthen up through your sides, draw your shoulder blades onto your back. And as you let your eyes close, take a couple deep breaths. And even more so, start to let your inhales be a natural length and your exhales be a little bit longer and slower. Even thinking about letting your exhales be about twice as long or even close to 3 times as long as your inhales. And as you do this, if you notice that you just run out of breath to make it that long, then think about slowing it down even more. Take a couple more breaths this way, emphasizing this extra long, extra slow exhale. Then bring hands to connect at heart center, return to a natural breath. And just take a moment to notice the effects of having just focused on that exhale. On your next exhale, bow towards your heart, honoring yourself for this time spent this morning on your mat. And then softly open your eyes and release your hands down. And now we're going to come forward to a standing position right at the front of your mat. And if you do have props that you like to use for underneath your hands, you can bring them to the front of your mat. And so as you come up to stand, take a moment here to set your feet up. They can be inner hip distance apart or wider, but think about parallel feet. So second toe back to the middle of your ankle, try to make those 2 lines parallel. And then as you lift and spread your toes, start to root down and feel that contact of the 4 corners of your feet. Turn palms open, lift shoulders up and back, and for another moment, close your eyes and simply pause in this space. And now softly open your eyes, a little softness to your knees. You might even choose to have a big bend if you have some tight hips or hamstrings. Inhale, stretch up overhead. Exhale, bend knees to fold over your legs. And then your hands can come to rest on blocks or the floor or on your shins here. As you inhale, rise up part way, lengthen. Sitting bones lift up, extend your heart. Exhale and fold. Hands to hips, press back on hips, start to lift up through shoulders and elbows, and then rise all the way up to stand. And again, turn your palms, reach through fingertips, lift up and open through your shoulders, close your eyes, take a big breath. Inhale, stretch up overhead. Exhale, soft through the knees to fold over your legs. Inhale, lengthen part way. Exhale and fold. Inhale, reach wide this time. Lift up with shoulders first and rise all the way up. Exhale, hands come to your heart. Press palms together. Lift your shoulders up and back. Lengthen the back of your neck. Inhale, stretch up overhead. Exhale, bent knees, fold over your legs. Inhale, lengthen part way. Exhale and fold. This time you're planting fingertips, stepping your right foot back into your lunge. Pause here, find some centering with your hips, so draw your left hip crease back in space. Extend further forward with your heart. Take a full breath. Inhale, step forward. Exhale, step your left foot back. Center with your hips. Extend your sides, your front body. Big breath. Inhale, step forward and lift up part way. Exhale and fold. Inhale, reach wide, start to lift up through shoulders and rise all the way up. Exhale, hands come to your heart. Pause, eyes close if it's comfortable. Take a full breath. Inhale, stretch up overhead. Exhale, bent knees, soft through the knees to fold. Inhale, lengthen part way. Exhale and fold. Plant fingertips, step your right foot back into your lunge. Center with your hips, extend further with your heart. Take a full big deep breath. And now set your back knee down, set your right hand on the edge of your mat, and it can always be on a block here. Take your left hand to your knee and start to take a spinal twist toward the left side. Shoulder blades are engaging. Notice your left hip and wrap it back. Notice your right knee and press it down. Exhale, plant both hands, and this time step all the way back to either hands and knees or downward facing dog pose. Take a full breath. And then inhale, come forward into your plank pose. You're welcome to use knees on the ground here if you'd like. Find that rotation of upper arm bones so your elbow pits are turning forward and push. Extend further forward with your front, but keep your belly engaged. Exhale, push all the way back, hips to heels. Take a child's pose. Take a full breath, let your head rest down. Then inhale, rise to hands and knees. And from this place, you have your choice. You can step forward from hands and knees or lift up to downward facing dog to step forward. Find your way to your forward fold. Inhale and lengthen part way. Exhale and fold. Plant fingertips. Left foot steps back into your lunge. Pause and center with your hips. Extend with your heart. Take a full deep breath. Then back knee comes to the ground and your left hand sets on the edge of your mat. Right hand to your knee as you take that spinal twist to the right side. Shoulder blades are engaging, and then notice the right hip and wrap it back and down. Notice the back knee and push down with a little bit so you have a little lift through your hip. One more full breath. And exhale, both hands come down to the front of your mat and step all the way back, downward facing dog pose. Big breath. Inhale, come forward into your plank. Knees are always an option. Extend your front. Think of ribs and collarbones moving forward. Find that rotation of upper arm bones and push. Think of keeping your belly lifted, keeping your ribs lifted. Deep breath. And then knees down, hips to heels. Take that child's pose. Full big deep breath as you let your head rest. Then inhale, rise to hands and knees. And again, you have your choice. You can step forward from here or lift up to a downward dog and step forward. As you come to your forward fold at the front of your mat, take an inhale and lengthen part way, long through your spine. Exhale and fold. Hands to hips. As you press back on hips, move your chest forward, shoulders begin to lift and rise all the way up. And now we'll take a standing hip opener, and we're going to use our props, whatever they happen to be. It can be a chair, it can be a stool, it can be a stack of blocks. But we're going to take our standing figure 4 pose and get a little bit more into the hips. So from your left foot balancing, cross your right toes either to the other side of your left foot or cross your ankle over your knee, okay? And from that place, begin to bend your left knee and push your sitting bones back. And as you push your sitting bones back, think of trying to tilt them up. Extend your heart further forward, and then maybe take your hands down to a prop here. Take a big, full, deep breath and push your sitting bones even further back, even as you extend your heart, your collarbones more forward. Full, big, deep inhale and exhale. And then inhale, rise all the way back up and switch. Setting your right foot down, take your left foot again, either to cross over the top of your right foot or ankle over the top of your knee. And then as you bend into your knee and push your hips back, extend your heart forward and take hands down to your prop. You can always test your balance here instead, if you would rather, and put your hands right on your shins. But find lots of reach back through sitting bones. Lots of movement forward through your heart. Full, big, deep breath. One more big breath right here. And then inhale, rise all the way back up. Exhale, foot back to the ground. And then as you set yourself up to inner hip bone distance apart and parallel with your feet, lift and spread your toes and then root them. Inhale, stretch up overhead. Exhale, hinge at the hips, bent knees, fold. Inhale, lengthen part way. Exhale and fold. Plant your fingertips. Right foot steps back into your lunge. Turn and plant your right heel so your foot's parallel to the back of your mat. Bend into your left knee and open it up a little bit more toward the pinky toe edge. Now bring left elbow to your knee, right hand to your hip, and take a couple big breaths, keeping your knee open even as you turn your belly and your heart to the right side. Put your shoulder blades on your back and then maybe stretch, top arm up and over your ear. Deep breath. And now top hand back to your hip and bring your left hand to a block or the floor. You can always put it on your shin or your quad to work your front leg towards straight. So coming into this triangle pose here, we're going to take our 2 actions. One action in the front leg, which is pushing your big toe mound down as you wrap your glute down and under. Your knee turns toward the pinky toe edge. Then the back leg, your inner thigh rotates in, back, and broad to help open up the low back a little bit. As you take those 2 actions, turn your belly and your heart more up, and then maybe stretch up. Take a big deep breath. Exhaling, both hands come down to the front of your mat. You're tucking your back toes, bring your back knee to the ground, and walk your hands to the inside. And from this place, heel toe your front foot open so that your toes and knee are aimed in the same direction. And then if you would like to, you can work down toward 1 elbow, maybe 2. You're always welcome to use props here. Push down with your big toe mound on your left foot and wrap your left hip back. Push down with your back knee and let your right hip lift a little. Take a big deep breath. And then back up to your hands, heel toe your front foot back in and step all the way back. Downward facing dog pose. Take a moment to notice. Find the pause. Inhale, come forward into your plank. And again, knees are always an option. Rotate elbow pits forward and push. As you extend through your front, keep your belly active. Exhale, bend elbows and lower down. Inhale, curl up and open as high as your body is ready for in your cobra. Then tuck toes and push through hands and knees to down dog, or you're welcome to stay on hands and knees here. And then walk your way forward, coming into your forward fold at the front of your mat. Take an inhale and lengthen part way. Exhale and fold over your legs. Plant fingertips. Left foot is stepping back this time into your lunge. Turn and plant your back heel. Open your right knee up towards your pinky toe edge, and then bring your right elbow to your knee, left hand to your hip. Bend into your front knee and turn your belly and your heart more open. Press with your bottom elbow. Find that lift through your ribs. And then you can stretch straight up or over your ear if you would like. Take a big deep breath. Side angle pose. Top hand back to your hip. And then you can bring your hand to a block, to your shin or to your thigh, to work your front leg towards straight. Right big toe mound is pushing down, and then find that action of rotating or wrapping your back hip, or your front hip rather. Right hip wraps back so your knee turns more toward the pinky toe edge. And then notice the back thigh and rotate your left thigh in, back, and broad. As you do that, you might feel it all the way at the hip, letting it expand a little bit more. Turn your belly and your heart more toward the left, and then maybe stretch up. Take a deep breath. Now exhale, both hands come down to the front of your mat. You're bending into your front knee and setting your back knee down. Both hands come to the inside. And then heel toe your front foot out to the right side. Knee and toes find the same angle. And then extend forward with your front. Work down as low as your body is ready for. And then pause and find that action in your front hip. Push your big toe mound down and wrap your hip back. Push your back knee down and feel that lift through your back hip. Take a deep breath. And then rise to your hands, and this time we'll just settle back onto our knees, hips to heels, take a child's pose, take a big deep breath. Take another full deep inhale and exhale. And then rise up to your seat, coming all the way down to sitting bones. And now find your blanket if you have one, and your pillow or bolster if you have one. If you don't, that's okay. But blanket, find the quarter fold of whatever size blanket you have, and then roll it up, roll the long end up. And from this place, set the soles of feet together and set your blanket over the top of your feet and wrap the edges underneath your ankles, and then let your knees open up. And from here, we're not taking our feet super close to us. We're actually going to push them away so that our legs have a diamond shape. And then if you have a pillow or bolster to set in between your legs and over your feet, you're welcome to. Move your sitting bones and then press down with fingertips, lift up with your heart. And then as you exhale, you're folding towards your feet. If you have a pillow or bolster, then your head can come to rest or you can even set some more props up to find a place for your head to rest. But if you don't have something, then you're just gonna allow yourself to be in a little bit of a fold. Maybe let your eyes close. Take some full deep breaths. And recognize for yourself what gets stretched or what is opening in this pose, or maybe what feels tight or difficult in this pose. We have about 5 more full breaths right here. And then inhale, gently bring yourself back upright. And you can set the lower bolster aside and your blanket aside. And we're gonna come all the way down onto our backs. And from your back, take a moment to find what position feels the best for you to hug your knees in. So it can be narrow or wide or anywhere in between. Find where that is and rock a little bit side to side. And then set your feet on the ground. Walk your feet out wide and then take a couple moments in windshield wipers. Both knees to one side, both knees to the other side. And then coming back up to center now, walk your feet into about hip distance and cross left ankle over the right knee. And then lift the legs up toward your chest as close to your body as you're ready for. And then hold on to your left knee and foot. And from that place, take a couple big breaths right here. And now you're keeping your left leg in this position. So you're holding it where it is, give your foot a flex, and then disconnect your right knee from your left ankle and set your foot on the ground. And from right here, you can decide if this is enough for you, or if you'd like to lengthen your left leg all the way out. Take a big deep breath here. Keep a flex to both feet, but especially the left one. That helps keep your ankle and your knee safe. So this is basically an upside down version of a pigeon pose. Take a deep, full inhale and exhale. And then gently walk your right foot back in and reconnect right quad with left ankle, and then set your foot down. Left foot comes to the ground as well. Pause for a moment with knees dropping in together to touch. Just take a breath, noticing for yourself what's present right now. And then feet walk back into hip distance, cross the right ankle over the left knee, and then with active feet, start to lift your legs toward your body. And holding on to your right foot and knee with your hands, take a couple big breaths. And then you're keeping your right leg where it is. You're holding it there with your hands, and then disconnect your left leg from your right ankle. Setting your foot on the ground, and pause here and notice. And then if you'd like to, you can extend your left leg all the way out. Keep your left or your right foot rather active here. Take a full big deep breath. And then gently bend your left knee. And then reconnect your left leg with your right ankle. And then set your left foot down and then your right foot down. And then drop knees in together to touch, reach your arms long overhead. Just take a big deep breath into your low back, into your hips. And now begin to set yourself up into your favorite version of a resting pose. Setting something underneath your legs if you'd like to, or resting out entirely with no props. Prop in any way that feels good. Ultimately coming to a comfortable place for you to let go. Begin to take a deeper breath. Find some gentle movements into your fingers and toes. As you're ready to bend your knees and roll to one side and pause for a full breath. And then as you press yourself all the way back up to your seat, take a moment to find a comfortable seat and bring your hands to connect at heart center. With your eyes closed, take a full breath. Have a very peaceful and beautiful rest of your day. Namaste.